Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of his many accomplishments and his impact on radio, the National Association of Broadcasters is proud to induct my friend, Steve Harvey, into the N.A.B. Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Let's give it up for our new inductee into the Hall of Fame, Steve Harvey.
That's really what radio is about. It's about the community, it's about people. What radio has become sometimes, all these 40 strong songs in a row and endless hits after hits, that ain't really about nothing. It's really about people and service in the community. You know, your music is cool, but every radio station can play the same song. It's the people on that air, the mantra of the station that makes radio great. The giving to the community, the homes of habitat, the feeding people, the addressing homeless issues, unemployment. That's what radio really all about. I don't know what done happened to where we done fell so in love with the songs when really radio is about the personality. The great ones is personalities, and that's why I just think that these people who received this award, I think they doing radio the way it should be done. You know, radio should be relevant. It should be relevant. I do want to thank some people though, because you know there's no such thing as a self-made man. You know, when I was coming up, I used to get the Rob report in the airport all the time, and in the Rob report, they had this statue, this bronze statue of this guy who was a bronze man coming out this big rock, and he was chiseling himself, and the name of the statue was Self-Made Man. And I was coming up, you know, flying coach every now and then when I wasn't driving the gigs. And I kept saying, one day I'm gonna get that statue and I'm gonna put it in the middle of a big backyard on a big house. But the more I started becoming who I am today, I discovered something. There's no such thing as a self-made man. You can't chisel yourself out of stone and turn yourself into some great guy. You are great only by the grace of God, and only by the recognition of the work and service you provide for other people. That's the only way, man. There's no such thing as a self-made man. So, I'm gonna be kind of quick with this, if I can, but I want to thank some people because Rashawn McDonald, who is my partner, and been my partner in this radio thing since it started, back in 99, 2000 on the radio in LA. He's been with me through every radio venture, and we built this brand that is radio. I want to thank him because he's been there the whole time, my man. Now, how I really got into radio was really in Chicago with Marv Dyson and Elroy Smith at WGCI back in 94, 95. And I was just crazy. I just said anything in the world. I didn't understand sponsors. I didn't know what y'all was selling. I didn't get none of that. If I wrote the joke, the fact that you were a sponsor had no effect on me. I did not correlate my check. I did not tie it to these people. I have become such a businessman since then. I understand these sponsors now. I used to just rake them over the coal, man. I did a number on Heineken beer one time when I was on the radio. I was in Chicago, and the story came out that Heineken had pulled their ads off a show in London because it had too many black people on the show. Well, I went on the radio next day and told all the black people in Chicago, throw all your Heineken out the window on the RFK and the Eisenhower, and they did. They was just, black people just throwing beer out on the highway. And, you know, I thought it was cool. But the old dude named Gordon, that was his biggest account, he was having a brain aneurysm in the corner somewhere, and he called me in the office and told me how it affected his family and everything, and I just still didn't understand it. I told him I didn't give a damn, and you know, and I took a bottle of Heineken and busted it on the table, and so I thought that was great. I have this one thing that God gave to me. It has created a lifestyle for me, It's created a lifestyle for my family. It has helped me to become relevant. That's all I really wanted, you know. I wanted to be a stand-up, but God has so much more in plan for me. I thought I was just gonna tell jokes, you know. I figured that'd be a good enough deal. But God, he had a different plan for me. I didn't see all that has happened. There's no way I could have planned this life that I have. There ain't no way. I couldn't have foreseen all the blessings that God has given to me. In my wildest dreams, I wish I could tell you that I thought all of this out, and that's why it happened. It ain't so. It's because my mother was a praying person. And when I got down and low and lived in a car for 3 years, and she was still praying for me. That's how I got here. I wish I could tell you something else. You know, for those of you that don't like to hear the spiritual side of life, I ain't got nothing else to tell you. It's not that I'm even deserving of being given this trip to the Hall of Fame out here. It's God, man. And if you're in touch with your Creator, he got an incredible life for you. I don't care how old you are. He has an incredible life for you. I just happened to one day just get in touch with that. And that's what happened to me. And, you know, on the real, you know, I was thinking of a lot of funny stuff I could say, but it didn't got real for me just now. I was just sitting here just thinking on it, just really, and it just hit me, man. That all of this it just really don't have to be. I'm so humble because I got to a place in my life where I understand that. And you know, I could get this award and walk off here like I'm some big shot, but that ain't it, man. That ain't it. And if I don't say nothing else that count to nobody today, prayer is an effective weapon in your life, man. It changes things. It really does. It changes the very person that you thought you were. It turns it into what you could possibly be. And that's all I am. Thank you very much.